Hello again, thanks for joining. So this is a new brand on this channel. I've not reviewed any of this company's stuff before. This is, of course, Tillig Bahn, and they're more associated with TT scale stuff, but they do actually do HO stuff as well, which is what we've got here, 2 wagons that we're going to check out today. So I do like the packaging for these models. It looks really classy and very modern as well. It's got a lot of information on the back though. This one is number 76741 and it's in the USTC livery from Era 3. So let's get this open and we'll check out what we've got inside. So we've got a small instruction sheet here, and up here it says a freight wagon US variant. So that's quite an interesting item to have a look at. This is detailing where to fit the brake wheel. We've got apparently 2 of them that you can add on to it. And on the back it's just health and safety stuff and warranty information. And here is the wagon, and first impressions, it looks really quite cool and also very, very clean. I don't think this has actually been used, although I did get these models as secondhand, and I'll tell you how much they cost at the end of the video. But looking closer up, what we've got is obviously an army colour here, because if you saw that it was a US Army issue wagon, it says in the middle USA and then the number here, and there's some other printed stuff on it, including Transportation Corps and US Army here as well. And we've got this little brake wheel. Now this is on a little bracket which seems to move about a bit. So it seems like it's just push fit into here, so it probably needs just a little bit of glue just to hold that firm. Otherwise it just wobbles about like this. But it's a lovely finish of green on it, kind of matte colour. The deck is in this kind of more brown colour. However, I am seeing these moulding marks on it, which doesn't look good. So I think this probably needs a load. It's likely to be transporting perhaps wood, I would guess, and it's got these stanchions here. The ones on the side have little holes. I guess those are for ropes or chains to go across. The ones on the end don't have that, so that's a really nice little attention to detail. These buffers are extra pieces which have been pushed into the chassis, and if we look underneath here, we've got a NEM pocket, and that cantilever is on this little spring here. You can see an awful lot of little moulding marks as well. We've got some detail in the middle along with a screw which is holding this wagon together. So it's got some brake detail and some representation of wood planks going across and some bracing, but it's really not that convincing underneath, unfortunately. But what I do like is that the brakes are in line with the wheels. We've only got 1 brake block per wheel on this wagon, which is fairly interesting, and a representation of springs and axle boxes, but not the best moulding I've ever seen of that. It's certainly acceptable, but you know, not the best. The wheels do look good though. They're dulled metal and they revolve really well. And apart from these being a bit wobbly, the moulding of these brake wheels is also very nicely done. Super fine. I also like the shape of them as well. It's pretty cool. It has all these pieces which just push into the model and therefore they can just fall out as well. But let's move on to the next one. So once again, the really classy looking packaging, I really like that. And you can see we have another US Army wagon. This one is number 76715 and unsurprisingly it's Era 3 as well. So let's get this open and we'll check out what this is like. So again, we've got the leaflet with this one saying exactly the same information here, and also it's a freight wagon of the US variant. But on the back, we don't have quite as much information on this one for some reason. And here is the wagon, and it's got a lot of similarities to the one we've just seen, but obviously a number of differences as well. So it's in the same colour of green, which is really great. The moulding has some nice rivet detail and planking and bracing here, and I like the door. It's not super defined, but it's just defined enough, I think. The printing is really good. USA up here with a number, and we've also got Transportation Corps US Army down here. I love the way that the little part here looks as though it's a piece of paper that she's been put into that little net there, and it's a little bit off center. I really like that. That's a very nice attention to detail which I haven't seen before on a model. This one has a little step coming down here which is part of the main moulding, and another one on this end, and it has one on the opposite end. And looking inside, we've got grey finish this time. There is some planking detail, but again you can see moulding marks there. No detail on the side walls though. Looking at the end, we again have the same buffers which are push fit into the main piece of moulding. Got another USA up there. Not much detail on the buffer beam, but we do have rivet detail on the main moulding. Both these wagons have the same chassis, and I'm not sure whether that's prototypical, but anyway, certainly got the same stuff. So the open wagon is exactly the same when it comes to the black part. So really, aside from this having the open wagon, it's exactly the same as one we've seen. Anyway, let's put both of these onto the scales and we'll see how much they weigh. The first wagon we saw, the stake wagon, is 29 grams. And the open wagon, it's 32 grams. So these 2 wagons are quite interesting prototypes, obviously from World War II or soon after, and decorated in the US Army colours. That elevates these two wagons above similar wagons that you can get from other manufacturers, especially the open wagon, which there are many types that you can choose from, but they're almost always brown. Tillig have done a fairly good job on these. It's obviously modern manufacturing with the push fit, so things can fall out. Perhaps a little bit of glue will help that. And also the reuse of the chassis. Well, it's to be expected, I suppose. But I did say these were second hand, but they do actually look as though they're brand new. However, you'll be wondering how much I paid for these, and it was £20 each. They are quite expensive just for small little wagons second hand, but they do come in impressive boxes, and they are quite an unusual prototype. Something a bit different, and I think smaller manufacturers win when they do the kind of more oddball stuff, which is what these are. So would I recommend Tillig wagons to you in HO scale? Well, it really depends. I think you can get as good a quality from other brands, or sometimes even better, but you get these unusual prototypes with Tillig, so I guess if you want that, then you should check these out. But if you just want some small wagons, perhaps check out some other manufacturers' second-hand offerings. But that's just what I think. Let me know what you think about these two wagons in the comments below, and if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel. I'll put these onto the turntable so you can see all the way around, and that icon that's going to appear in a moment is another video I've done. Just click on that and I'll see you there. But thanks for checking out these wagons with me. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.
So model trains, model worlds, choo-choo, model trains, in tiny worlds, choo-choo, model trains, model worlds, choo-choo, model trains, in tiny worlds, choo-choo.